The Heat over the Celtics in the Eastern Conference Finals. The Heat, the first number 8 seed to advance to the finals since the New York Knicks in 1999, and they lost that finals to the San Antonio Spurs. Miami Heat don't feel like a number 8 seed. They didn't play like that during the playoffs. During the regular season, they did, but the 19-point blowout, the biggest Game 7 loss since 2005, the Celtics lost to the Pacers. That was 97-70, Game 7 of the first-round series. But, woo!
Ow! Stat of the day! Stat of the day! Stat of the day! Stat of the day! This is the stat of the day!
Let's go back to after Game 3. It was not a question of if, it was when the Miami Heat were going to advance. And then all of a sudden, the Boston Celtics came back. And then all of a sudden, we got to a Game 7. We thought Boston at home, I can't buy into it. They were favored by 7.5 for a Game 7. And then Jason Tatum tweaks his ankle, and it went south from there. Would there have been a different outcome if he didn't tweak his ankle? I don't think so. I thought Boston was playing really stiff, like they were nervous. Miami wasn't. And Miami ends up with an impressive win. And yes, they're big underdogs in the NBA Finals, but I'm not buying into that right now either. The way Miami plays, they could win Game 1 in Denver. But the Boston Celtics, they are who we thought they were. They are enigmatic. You're watching, you're going, oh, my God. They give you this reaction, oh, my God, or oh, my God. And that's what they gave us during the postseason. And there's a lot of fallout here because you're looking at what do you do if you're Boston? You make changes. I think even if they had got to the NBA Finals, I would have looked at, hey, what are you going to do next year? Even winning a title, do you want to bring Jaylen Brown back? I don't want to have two players who play the same way who are going to get supermax deals because neither of those players can dribble the ball. They're really good players. Do I want to pay $250 million for each? Jason Tatum is there for the long haul. I didn't think that Jaylen Brown was going to be back with this next contract, but speaking to somebody who works with the Celtics, they said, you know what? It's hard to get these players. That's the hard part. Keeping them, that's the easy part. And I said, you're going to pay $295 million and call that the easy part? And he said, yes, because you can't get these players. It's nice to say, hey, we got to move on from him, but we can't. We have to keep him at $295 million, a super max deal. But you're watching last night and you're going, and I never understood this logic. And I've had, basketball coaches say that I don't know what I'm talking about. And, a couple of guys who are friends who say you don't know what you're talking about with the three. Because I complain, if you shoot the three and you miss the three, then you compound it by continuing to shoot the three. It's like, hey, this stock is going down. I'm going to buy more of it. No, it's going down for a reason. And I'm watching last night and I'm going, how about we get to the hoop? How about we're in the bonus. Do something other than settle for three. And that's the three will shoot you in and shoot you out of basketball games. I just didn't understand how try something different than, hey, keep shooting. Well, they're not great. They weren't great in the postseason. But the reaction, the fallout, Joe Mazzulla, I don't know if he's a big-time coach. I think he needs an experienced coach on the bench with him. I think that would really help him. And give credit to Eric Spoelstra and the Miami Heat and Pat Riley. They find guys who fit how they play. That's really important. It's not about star power. It's about finding the right guys for what you do, how you do it, when you do it. And Spoelstra and the Heat, Pat Riley, they've done a wonderful job again. Here's Joe Mazzulla on Jason Tatum's injury last night.
Your best player was injured on the first play of the game, and they were coming after you defensively. Can you just talk about how much, I know you don't want to make excuses, but your best player was hurt?
What do you want me to say? You answered it for me. They played well. The Heat played better than we did, and that's it. Credit to them. We didn't play well tonight.
Yeah, I don't know what else he's going to say in that situation. Here's Jaylen Brown on what his future is going to be in Boston.
Obviously, there's a lot that can happen for you over the course of this summer. Have you been able to kind of think about your future here and what you're hoping for?
I expected to win today and move on. And that's what my focus was on. That's what my focus has been on. We failed. I failed. And it's hard to think about anything else right now, to be honest. We'll cross that bridge when we get there.
Yeah. I think Boston might be stuck there. Going to have two max guys playing basically the same position. That's tough. You know. And I thought Jaylen Brown, if he was going to get traded, remember when he was up, it was going to be Kevin Durant. Boston was trying to get him, and then Jaylen Brown would go to the Nets. And I thought that'd be great for Jaylen Brown to get his own team. He's still going to be the second best wing guy on his own team here with Jason Tatum. Since LeBron James left South Beach, Eric Spoelstra has missed the playoffs twice in 9 years. He's made it to the NBA Finals once. He's made it to the Eastern Conference Finals 3 times. Now, other organizations may move on if those are the results. You know, the Bucks moved on from Mike Budenholzer. The Sixers moved on from Doc Rivers. And they made the playoffs. It's just the expectations. The Phoenix Suns moved on from Monty Williams. These are the good teams that are getting rid of their coaches. But Spoelstra, when LeBron went there, and you always felt like, well, it's LeBron and D. Wade are winning this title. And Pat Riley. Oh, yeah, and Eric Spoelstra is the coach. Well, he's still there. And that's an eternity. That's like in dog years. You're going to be coaching that long at the professional level, and he's done a great job. Yeah, Marv.
And he's been with that organization for like 25 years. Yeah. Was he like a video coordinator?
Yeah. Marv was in the building last night. You were working for the mothership last night? Or
at TNT.
TNT.
Yeah.
I like it. Okay.
Yep. Met Reggie last night.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Who else did you meet?
Chris Tucker.
Oh.
I did, yeah.
Wait, how'd that work?
So I was in the back, and Shaq is talking to Chris Tucker. You can imagine how that conversation went. And so I'm walking by, hey, TNT. Like, it's Chris Tucker. I mean, it is what you see is what you get. It's not, you see somebody on TV and they're very, hello, how are you? No. Hey, man, I can't do a Chris Tucker impersonation, but he was himself. Hey, TNT, how come you're not out there?
Like, wait, how did he know you were TNT?
I had a TNT vest on. So when you're out there,
yeah,
you have a vest on, you have like a big credential that says TNT on it.
Okay.
And then you get branded and it says TNT.
All right.
And so he knew I was with TNT.
All right. This first hour brought to you by King's Hawaiian. They want you to get together with friends and family. Enjoy the weekend by making every Sunday Slider Sunday. All right, Seton. Poll question today is going to be...
We got a bunch of options here.
All right.
Toddler sent in the thought of breaking up Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown is legitimate or ludicrous. It seems a lot less crazy today than it did, I don't know, a little while ago.
Well, could you trade him? Like, that's the biggest moment, and he failed miserably. Because that's where you go, okay, Jason Tatum's not 100%. All right, Jaylen, take over. You're at home, take over. And he had 8 turnovers. I think it's legitimate that we would question the Celtics moving forward. Yes, Eden.
I couldn't really tell a difference between the healthy Celtics and the Celtics with a hurt Jason Tatum, though. Like, I didn't really think that he played all that differently. He didn't get to the hoop quite as much, but they still basically just put up 11 billion three-pointers and missed 95% of them.
Yeah.
That's kind of their whole offense. And either the shots are falling and they win, or they don't and they lose. It's kind of crazy.
Yeah, that's today's philosophy. Just keep shooting threes. But when you go 9 of 42, there's a problem with that.
And they made their last 2.
Oh, okay.
It's like somebody has to say, hey, guys, maybe we should stop doing that for a minute.
When you're 7 of 40, that's a problem. At some point, you have to say, how about we get back in the game by creating some fouls? How about we get to the free throw line? How about we get some easy 2s? I'm old school, but, I could adopt new school if guys were like the Golden State Warriors. It goes back to what I used to argue with McLovin about. because he thought, well, everybody shoots threes. That's the philosophy. I said, that doesn't mean everybody should shoot threes because they want to be the Golden State Warriors. There's only one Golden State. Nobody else is like them. But when you see this philosophy of, hey, I'm doing the math here. If I make 2 threes and then you got to make 3 twos, and I go, well, what if you're not making any threes and I'm making my twos and making my threes? We're going to blow you out. What else do you have?
You got to get some people in foul trouble. That's like their only hope.
Well, I just need to slow down the tempo. I need to do something. Obviously, that wasn't working. And if Tatum is hurt, okay, I can still have him camp at the 3-point line. If he can't get to the hoop, fine. But the other players get to the hoop. Create something there. And, Miami was able to do that. And Caleb Martin should have been the MVP of that Eastern Conference Finals. He was great. But then you got Marcus Smart. Who's guarding Caleb Martin? Like, you wouldn't think, boy, we got a game plan. We got to stop Jimmy Butler. Okay. Caleb Martin will let him shoot there. I mean, they have a bunch of these guys who are just waiting for the opportunity. And that's what really confused me with the Celtics. It just didn't seem like they had more energy with Game 6 than they did back in their building for Game 7. What was the atmosphere like, though, Marvin?
Before the game started, they had that montage that I've been talking about for like the past week.
Yes.
Where it was 2004. And it shows like David Ortiz hitting that little blooper. And then they win, Game 4 or whatever. The bloody sock. Game 6. Keith Falk getting that final out.
Keith Falk.
Yeah.
Nice reference.
And they were going back and forth between that and the Derek White shot. Derek White came out. He came out for like warm-ups. The crowd went berserk. The crowd went crazy. And so I was ready. Everybody, I was like chills. I was like, oh, let's go. And then the game started.
What was it like? I don't know. Let's say the last couple of minutes of that game.
The silence was deafening.
Okay.
And it was, and it was with thick mass accents.
Yeah. And
regular,
some language.
Oh, it was colorful. Look, it was colorful in the first quarter when they were missing all those 3-pointers. It was a collective sigh every time they even shot the ball.
Yeah.
Not even like when they missed it. When they shot it, can I get my hopes up? Oh, why would you shoot them?
Yeah.
God.
Yeah.
Be smart.
Yeah, be smart. But not Marcus Smart. Be smart.
Marcus Smart.
Yeah, Pete. Or yeah, Paul.
And it was warm weather this weekend. There were so many bros in Larry Bird jerseys with no sleeves, showing off the tan.
Yeah.
It was like a convention.